Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, I'm SocioPsycho, and today we're going to play StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty Episode 1 of the 3-part series of a game. Now that all 3 series came out, and I'm figuring, you know what, why not? Let's play the StarCraft 2 campaign, but let's not just play it, let's do it on the most hard, difficult possible. So this will be a playthrough, a let's play, of the Wings of Liberty campaign on Brutal. Now, if you don't know much about StarCraft 2, you don't need to worry about that, as I'll fill in some gaps when we get into the game, and the story itself really helps propel an understanding of what is going on, so you don't need a large understanding of what has happened. So let's begin.
They say a man never really knows himself. Until his freedom's been taken away. I wonder, how well do you know yourself?
Prisoners, step forward onto the platform.
Convict 626. Murderer. Pirate. Traitor. Today, you go free. But, as you'll soon learn, even freedom has a price.
Combat suit sealed and locked.
You'll carry your prison with you. That armor will be your new cell. Make no mistake. War is coming. With all its glory. And all its horror. Mr. Findlay, your freedom awaits.
Hell, it's about time.
Starting off strong with a delightful cinematic. Marsar, it's one of the first planets in StarCraft 1, the home refuge of Jim Raynor, our hero for this campaign.
And in other news today, Emperor Arcturus Mengsk held a press conference commemorating the end of the so-called Brood War some 4 years ago. Our own Kate Lockwell was on the scene.
Emperor, the threat of a new Zerg invasion is still very real. But instead of expanding our fleets, you've squandered trillions on hunting down has-been rebels like Jim Raynor.
Jim Raynor represents a clear and present threat to this dominion. He is an unscrupulous, lawless revolutionary bent on spreading fear and dissension across the sector. He and his ragtag band of miscreants have instigated open rebellion across 6 separate worlds and stolen vast amounts of million This criminal will be brought to justice very soon.
It ain't over till it's over, you son of a bitch. Adjutant, are my troops ready yet?
Your forces are prepared and awaiting your orders, Commander. Uploading tactical data now.
Good. About time we kick this revolution into overdrive.
So even if you don't know the story, you can already feel that there's some definite
Backwater
heaviness.
Station is the center of Dominion logistics on Marsara. Destroying Dominion authority here will cripple Emperor Mengsk's operations throughout the planet.
Adjutant, what do you got for me?
Dominion forces have set up a logistics headquarters in the town of Backwater Station. This has become the hub for all operations on Marsara. The Dominion recently pulled troops out of the city and they are now under strength.
Are the locals cooperating?
The people of Backwater Station are known to be anti-Dominion, but they lack weapons and organization.
If I can take that headquarters away from Mengsk, it'll cripple him on this planet. Prep my ship.
So when we get in here, his first mission is a bit covert, Black Ops. There'll be no base building in this one.
All right, boys. Let's show the locals they don't need to fear the Dominion.
Pretty simplistic. We run with our hero Jim Raynor and 5 Marines, and we'll go up and destroy our enemies.
Time to man up. Keep your intervals wide, your eyes open, and your asses covered. Let's move. Raiders roll.
Obviously, I'm a first mission, very first episode. Brutal is not going to be a problem.
You can count
Don't
on
go
me.
up that road, she says. Let's stack our units on different keybinds. That way we have ease access if we need to pull Raynor out. He is stronger, but just because he's stronger and we like to put him in front to take some of more of the damage, doesn't mean that a situation might arise and he might end up dead. So just need to make sure that we're on top of that.
Keep a close watch on your neighbors. Descent will only slow our progress.
Commander, destroying the Dominion holoboards will help incite rebellion against the Dominion.
Now, if you haven't picked up, Emperor Mengsk is more of a dictatorship.
I'm getting mighty tired of seeing Mengsk's face.
A galactic dictatorship.
Time to... Where is everyone?
But doesn't really care about his people's well-being, only his narcissistic ideas.
Sounds like a plan. My neighbors. My family. This is starting to look ugly.
Commander, a large Dominion force is gathering in the center of town.
Then it's time to call in that special delivery we talked about.
Rain in a bunch of Marines from the sky.
Thanks for the assist. We're with you, Raynor. Sounds like a plan. Break it down. Raiders roll.
By the this better be good.
What's up?
That's Raynor.
No sacrifice is too great.
You can count on
So
me.
Emperor Mengsk has these sort of propaganda machines, I guess you could call them.
Sounds like a plan.
Propaganda hollow machines?
Must be protected.
You can count on me. This is bad. Raiders roll. You can count on me. Finally, there's the locals.
You'll all be given a meal when you reach the dig site.
My brother went off to the mine last week. He disappeared.
We got a runner.
They're shooting civilians. Move in.
So you can kind of already tell what you can expect from Dominion
Raiders
Force.
What's up?
That's kind of follow suit, really, in any
Break it down.
government. If government's corrupt, shit rolls downhill.
Mengsk has a lot to pay for.
Thank you, Raynor. We knew you wouldn't forget us.
There's more people still being held up ahead.
I'll see to them.
Marshal Raynor. Been a while since we saw you around here.
We're with you, Raiders!
Sounds
Rally!
like a plan.
This is a restricted area. You insurgents are under arrest. We got your back, Raynor.
Let the civilians go in first. Not very heroic, but, you know, they take some of the damage. Thus ensuring my victory on the map.
Raiders roll.
Maybe not the best and kindest thing, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So as you can see, the first mission's not really worried about any base building or anything else, just simple unit movement. So it's pretty easy. No problems there.
I didn't think we could fight them, but we can.
Now you've got the weapons and the resources to do it. Remember, Mengsk can only control you if you let him.
It's probably one of my favorite games. I really enjoy it. I don't play it, you know, like non-stop or anything like that, but you know what, it's pretty good. As you can see, the achievements that we have, the time scale, and it didn't take us that long to do that mission. It's pretty simple. Really no problems. I'm not a StarCraft master, but, you know, not going to be playing in any championship levels. A photo of Sarah Kerrigan.
You know, for the most wanted man in the sector, you ain't that hard to find. I had to see it for myself. Little Jimmy Raynor, the people's hero.
Tychus Finley. Nice suit.
Pays to be prepared.
I heard they put you on ice. Life sentence. What? To give you time off for good behavior?
That's right, old buddy. I'm a model citizen now.
So to what do I owe the pleasure?
Just a friendly business proposition. Do you even know what the Dominion are doing out here?
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
Digging up alien artifacts, old buddy. Your boy Mengsk has gone crazy for them. But I got a contact that'll pay top dollar for every artifact we liberate from the Dominion.
I guess I can hardly pass that up now. Can I, Tychus?
Partners then. 60-40.
70-30. My way. Feels like old times already.
Old times.
Tychus Finley. And the story thickens. So here in the bar we have some things that we can click on, interactive.
Sarah, sometimes I think it would have been better if you just died that day.
Now if you don't understand that, it's okay, the narration of the game will fill in later on.
This looks recent. This you're doing, Jimmy?
Folks in these parts are ready to fight back against Minsk. Guess they just needed a little push.
You still take this whole revolution thing pretty serious, then?
Everyone needs a hobby, Tychus.
Hobby.
This is Donnie Vermillion, live from the UNN studios on Core Hall. We've got a breaking story for you. Let's go live to our own Kate Lockwell on the fringe world of Marsara. Kate?
Thanks, Donnie. Rebel Jim Raynor has reappeared in a big way. He's attacked a Dominion depot near Backwater Station, seizing weapons and distributing them to the local populace.
Kate, I bet the locals are pretty nervous about having a notorious outlaw in their neighborhood.
Actually, Donnie, the people I talked to seemed really encouraged by
Kate. You heard it here first. Jim Raynor terrorizing the locals on Marsara. When we return, are your kids using stim packs?
Keep talking, pal. I'm just getting started.
So you probably have all these little clickables and conversations in between the missions as we progress through the game.
Call me curious, but how'd you get out?
Well, I busted out of my cryo freezer while they were transporting me to New Folsom. Oh, I must have killed at least a dozen guards with my bare hands.
Yeah, I've heard this one before. But you left out the part where you walked on water. Made off with the warden's daughter.
Don't you get uppity with me, boy. I heard all about you becoming a big-time freedom fighter while I was away. What happened, Jimmy? The war for truth and justice get too much for you.
I ain't licked yet, Tychus. And I promise you, Minsk is going down, one way or another.
Mission 2.
Thanks to your actions, Marsara is now in a state of open revolt against Arcturus Minsk. Ex-convict Tychus Findlay has revealed the Dominion came to Marsara to excavate an alien artifact. Seizing the artifact will strike another blow against the Dominion and generate funds from selling it to Findlay's mysterious contacts.
This old outpost don't look like anything special.
Keep your shirt on, son. Dominion engineers been digging out here for months. See that crane? They're getting ready to move the artifact they found off-world.
Well, I'll be damned.
See? You gotta have a little more faith, Jimmy.
All right. Time to give the Dominion a wake-up call. Let's smash that base and haul that baby out of there.
So after the following missions pick up, the pace of the game is really going to pick up. So you might not be thinking, oh, you know what, these aren't all that exciting. But once we get through, once we start building bases and things start getting a little more hectic, yeah, it's going to be a little crazy. Now you can see on top of the command center, which allows us to build troops or build SCVs.
Before we take on the Dominion outpost. Train them up at the barracks. While we're at it, extra SCVs will help us harvest minerals faster. Train them up at the command center.
Exactly. Command centers produce SUVs, which will allow us to resource or gather more resources, and the barracks allow us to get troops. So what we're going to do, because we are on a time crunch and we're really going to try to manage this, and I'm going to try to play and not mess up what I am doing, is that we're going to bring the barracks a little bit closer, so that way when we produce troops, it's not that far of a run, and it's more simplistic. I'm putting a SCV to a refinery, thus allowing a little bit more of a gas, or actually a gas, because gas is used in this mission or in other missions to create sort of troops and buy upgrades, but we don't have a lot to choose from right now because it's still the earlier missions onward. So what we need to focus on is building SCVs building a few supply depots, which gives us an increase in supply. So if you can look in the top right hand corner, we have 20 out of 27 right now. That means unit troops to how much we can create. Creating a medic, which will heal my troops that get injured in combat, during combat and after combat, and will allow just overall survivability. But those are one of the units that does require some gas. So we're trying to really build up and get more momentum going here, which is really hectic on its own. Our worker count is 12 out of 24. As for different mineral supplies, it's usually, I believe, 3 workers per mineral node, but usually people on higher end go 15, 16 workers in the leaderboards or tournament plays, because you mine out a mineral patch and you just have leftover workers. But we will go with our full 24. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert on StarCraft. I don't play ladder, I don't play all those things, so I don't know these. And look, I mean, I messed that up, the simple barracks. Is it a big deal? No. Does it make, or not the barracks, the supply depot, is it a big deal? Absolutely not. But it's one of those things that could, an amateur shouldn't make a mistake of. So if you're wondering what is the difference on hard to brutal, it's not only the troops or enemies that you face, but the fact that the enemy does have weapon increase. So later on in the game, you'll see a engineering bay which will allow an increase in weapon stats and armor. So that meaning like our marines will have +1 damage, +1 armor, therefore increasing damage and mitigating damage taken. On brutal, your enemy has not only a superior number of troops and different elements that you have to bypass, but they also have the upgrade weapon.
By the numbers, armed and ready.
Please state the nature of your medical emergency.
Advantage against you.
SCV, go, go, go!
I totally forgot the word. I'm trying to do so many things here. So I don't want to just be narration about like what's going on the screen. Like, now we're going to build some Marines. I mean, obviously we are, and we're trying to link all those Marines to our medic.
Commander, the Dominion is attacking the rebel base to the southwest.
Good. That'll keep the Dominion off our backs.
Those folks need our help, Tychus. There's no way we're leaving them to rot.
Medics are supposed to be in the back, so
The doctor is in.
any troops we create will lay up to our medics and join the fight. So as you can see, we're coming straight down and into the fight. And the enemy just keeps coming. They attack us with an attack wave. And now new troops came out, so I'm gonna have to fall back because I cannot win this battle. My forces got decimated right there, and that just kind of pushed us back a little bit. That kind of really sucks, because it's about momentum. If you don't have that momentum, if you're not pushing forward, then it is a possibility of losing. And 22 out of 24, that's good so far. Get some more supply depots. Even though, I mean, we're 43 out of 91, I don't believe we're going to get supply capped, but we have some money, and, you know, why not? I'm not sure exactly how many troops we're going to end up with our army.
Add-on complete.
Looking forward to it. You guys sure are a welcome sight. We're with you. Just tell us where you want us.
Welcome aboard, boys.
Right now, it's pretty simplistic. It's one of the more simpler missions, obviously, because what you do.
Raynor's boys.
Dominion can go to hell.
Because there's not that much to choose from, it's just barracks, that there is a limitation of what I have responsibility to do right now. So basically, it's just pumping out Marines and pushing forward.
Bad guys are that away.
Looking forward to it. Armed and ready.
Warning, Dominion Hellions approaching.
Oh, that sucked.
That's fine. This better be good.
My medics are getting decimated. Oh. I think that was another case of me running into a static group at the same time as them coming to attack me, so I got not only their offensive group, but also their defensive group as well. I'm gonna have to build up some more forces before I push in.
Nice job cleaning out that bunker, Jimmy. Between your boys and my skills, we are gonna go a long way together.
So if you're wondering how I quickly click to my troops or my barracks, it's because I hotkeyed all of my barracks to number 6, so I can easily just click on the tab as you see, or I can press number 6 and then press the hotkey to build more troops. At this point, it's about momentum, and we're going to try to push in and really just... No, get back, back, back. That's the siege tank. That just really... Fuck. That decimated our entire forces. Now we don't have that advantage, that momentum.
You gonna give me orders? I'm on it.
The doctor is in.
Of course.
The doctor is in. The doctor is
Gonna try to get rid of some of these barracks, weaken them up. They've sent a lot of their SCVs to the front line to try to hold on to the supply depots, so I think that is to a benefit, because if they're losing SCVs, they're not mining, which means that they're not going to be able to continue building troops. I'm not sure what rule set they play by, because it's the computer, so I don't know how much they're cheating. But if we leave them with SCVs, I mean, that's just worse anyway, so. So now we have some momentum again. We'll try to finish it up, but we gotta stay clear of that tank for now anyways. Get rid of this other barracks, now allow us at least some measure of control, and it'll make it more easy to deal with that tank in due time. Right now it's very hectic and there's a lot going on, so I do apologize if I'm not talking 100% all the time, as it like takes two sides of your brain to do the same action at the same time. Like, let's talk about the game and also fight to a high professional level, such that this game on this difficulty requires. So I sent those Marines up there kind of on a death mission to kind of just really get the siege tank to unsiege mode, thus allowing my army to move right up on it without getting injured or being splash damaged, you know, killed in that fashion. And now at this point it's pretty simplistic, we just do cleanup, and I still have army trickling in, so as you notice I've kept my production of my troops continuous, and that's something that we're going to end up being a big deal throughout the entirety of the game, the Wings of Liberty.
Mineral field depleted.
A little hectic, but we did it.
Crane controls accessed. Decrypting security overrides. Crane control established.
Beautiful. Now let's reel that sucker in and get out of here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 1 of this StarCraft playthrough. Meet me at episode 2, and we'll dive into even harder missions and maps as the campaign progresses forward. I've been SocioPsycho. I hope you've enjoyed this. See you around.